In my 22 years playing the guitar, I've only had a handful of real aha moments. Those times when the dots really connected. And today I want to share one of them with you. I was in my grade 11 music class back in 2009, and we had a local special guest guitar teacher named Mr. Clarke come in and share something that has stuck with me ever since that day. Whenever you play a wrong note, you are always one fret away from a right note. As someone who only played up and down the pentatonic scale at that time, that just absolutely blew my mind. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down the 1 fret rule and why it works. But first, sponsor. As I'm sure you're well aware, I love my Jazzmaster. It's the guitar I reach for 9 times out of 10. But one of the biggest challenges with offset guitars like this one is that they usually don't fit in hard shell cases made for any other style of guitar. And that's why I want to show you the brand new Unison guitar case from Analog Cases. It fits any offset guitar perfectly, as you can see, and it also fits all my other guitars as well. So rather than needing a different case for every guitar, this one covers all your bases. It features an aluminum frame, molded handle, 3 locking latches, and reinforced corners. So if you're in the market for a premium one-size-fits-all case, you can get 10% off by following the link at the top of the description or in the pinned comment. All right, let's get back to the 1 fret rule. So to fully understand this rule, we need to know the difference between wrong notes and right notes. Right notes are notes that exist inside the key we're in, and wrong notes are ones outside the key that we're in. Let's take the key of C major as an example. In total, there are 12 notes in Western music, and we organize these notes into keys to make them sound musical. We do this with something called the major scale formula, which is just a pattern we can follow from any note we want to create a major scale based on the note that we started on. If we start on the C note, we get a C major scale. If we start on a G note, it's a G major scale, E note, E major scale, and so on and so forth. Now, the scale is where we get the key from. So the key of C major is based on the C major scale. So that means every chord in the key of C major is also based on the C major scale as well. Now, as I'm sure you know, every song is in a key, which means every song at its core is also based on a major scale. So if I take a chord progression in the key of C major, like this one, all the notes in the C major scale fit and sound great over top of these chords. So I could improvise a solo with them, write a riff or a melody, anything I want using those notes. So the chords again, and the C major scale. And this would be the exact same for any other chord progression in the key of C major as well. These 7 notes are the right notes in this key. That means that the leftover 5 notes from our original 12 are the wrong notes. They'll all sound like they don't fit over the chords in this key. Here's those chords again. And some notes from outside the key. Now, if you look at these notes next to each other, what you can see is that every one of these wrong notes is immediately next door to a right note. And if we take this onto our fretboard, you can really see how this works. So let's start with just one shape of the C major scale. I really like this one based on position 1, or what I call the home bass. And you can see that this gives us all the right notes in this position in the key of C major. Within this one shape, you'll also see that we never skip over more than one note, meaning that if you accidentally played one of these notes wrong, you just have to shift up or down 1 fret to find a right note. So you can see this wrong note right here, right beside it. Both directions is a right note. From this one, same thing. And this one, same on this string. Same over here, this wrong note right next to it, both directions. And the same thing for this wrong note. also in both directions. Pretty cool. But where this really gets eye-opening is when you look at the fretboard as a whole. So if I show you every single note from the C major scale in every single position across the entire fretboard, it would look like this. And if I highlight all the wrong notes, you can see that every one of them sits just 1 fret away from a right note. And this is 1 fret in either direction as well. So as you expand your knowledge of shapes and positions and everything else, this little concept becomes incredibly helpful in making music and the fretboard feel a little more friendly and approachable. I should mention that this trick is especially useful when you're playing for an audience and you accidentally hit a note that you didn't mean to. Rather than panicking, slide up or down 1 fret and you're safe. And all of this works for every other key as well. Doesn't matter which scale you're basing this on. The connected positions will move up or down the fretboard to fit the new key, but the 1 fret rule still applies. So if you're saying to yourself, what about minor keys? Well, you've already learned that without knowing it. I'll show you what I mean in this video right here about relative major and minor keys. If you already know all about that, then this video on how to solo over any song would be a good next step. Finally, and I'm sure he won't see this, but a special thank you to Mr. Clarke for sharing this with me all those years ago. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.